I entered the master's program during the summer of 2011 and immediately enrolled in my two courses, Education 512 and Education 515. Around the same time, I started my new teaching job as a high school math teacher teaching Algebra 1 and Geometry. I was determined to begin my journey that would aid in differentiating my instruction for my math students. With each course, I was able to take a piece of what I learned and apply it to my classroom. In Education 512, I was introduced to a lot of new material as well as using the software that I currently had. I was able to create a Word document incorporating several functions that I learned and created a fantastic syllabus. I also created a PowerPoint lesson where I had to place a video to present to my class. In Education 515, I learned how to create blogs and wikis. This just so happened to be the first time I used Skype as well. I also created voice threads and became familiarized with Audacity. In Education 514, I was introduced to creating videos and creating tutorials such as Jing. This has been my favorite course overall. I was able to cut and rip movies as well as music and incorporate it into a video. In Education 522, I created my first Weebly. This course allowed us to research and incorporate Bloom's taxonomy and the multiple intelligences into a unit plan.
I heard that you settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that you
Students will identify and plot points in a coordinate plane. Students will graph linear equations in a coordinate plane. Students will graph a linear equation using intercepts. Students will find the slope of a line and interpret slope as a rate of change. Students will graph linear equations using slope-intercept form. Some activities that my unit plan will include are: students will be grouped up with a partner and create a podcast summarizing a specific lesson. Students will write their response to key questions in their math journal. Students will use the document camera to explain their steps. Students will summarize the major points in today's lesson verbally. Students will create a lullaby or song to remember the slope formula. Students will create a poster. Students will share their answers with their elbow or shoulder partner. Students will use the mini whiteboards to share their answers. Students will be doing mathersize to identify positive, negative, zero, and undefined slope. Students will write a letter to another student explaining their steps. Students will create a slope video. and students will play Jeopardy to review. And last but not least, Education 526. This course tied everything that I learned in my other courses into one large project. Throughout my journey, I know spiritually I have grown so much closer to God, whom I believe is my Father and Savior. He has given me peace when my surroundings were very chaotic, and has given me hope through times of hopelessness. I am so thankful for where I'm at right now in my life with my career as a math teacher, and very thankful for the time here at Azusa Pacific University. I truly believe that God has strengthened me through tough times, physically, spiritually, and mentally. I know that once I obtain my master's degree, every bit of my sweat and tears, along with sleepless nights, will be all worth it in the end. My journey was amazing, and I will be happy to share it with many. Thank you, APU and faculty, for the many hours you put in me, and thank you to my family for believing in me.